Thank you so much. What a wonderful crowd, and really, it's my pleasure to be here. I must start by thanking the organizers, Realty Plus, especially the team Sapna, Devyanshi, Priyal, and Tripti, and so on, Aishwarya, I think, yeah. So first of all, I would like to thank them for bringing together this wonderful panel and organizing this event. I've been on panels before, but the diverse nature of the experts on this panel is really fascinating, and I'm really looking forward to learning a lot from all of you. We are in an era of co-creation, and I think there is where ideas matter, and ideas are no longer one man's prerogative. So it's always a teamwork, it's always co-creation which we are talking about. And in today's context, technology has almost become like a part of everything that we do. So the way technology is emerging, I think a lot of us are in awe with the way we have new softwares, new AI, which we just heard about in the last talk, which is emerging. At the same time, we have a lot of people who are afraid of what's coming up as the future. A lot of us have adapted to this technology and made it a part of our day-to-day lives, whereas some of us are still looking at this cautiously from the sidelines. And I think as technology is emerging and it's becoming a part of what we do as designers and architects, this term which has beautifully been coined, tech texture, is really amazing. Mind you all, not to be confused with tech torture, which as architects, we all feel when our rendering software start crashing at 2 a.m. right before the client presentation. So, humor apart, today we are here to explore how technology and design blend together, and we are really blessed to have an amazing panel who is breathing this day in and day out. So let's uncover some secrets. Let's come out with how you go about things and dive straight into this discourse. So my first question to everybody, very simple. How do you see tech texture? Is it a mindset? Is it a methodology? Or is it just a great marketing suffix? Who would like to go for this?
Yeah, hi. See, we have to understand, if you go back almost, let's say, 2 decades back, technology was pretty much like a tool. We had softwares, again, they were aiding something and all. But now there is a shift, it's more a thought. Like, so how we embrace that, if we talk about just the buildings as an architect, back in the day, buildings were only shelters, but now they have much more. And I mean, all those talks, what happened since morning, we talked about sustainability, we talked about experience. And I think technology really paved way to sort of put a time lapse, bring it all forward. So rather than just being something, say for example, and Shoaib is going to probably bring about it. We talked about these tools that you give an input and then sort of generates a result. Then again, you go at. So there was always this trial and error thing. Now with AI coming in picture, we have taken, a leap forward where you just give an input and things go on. And God forbid, Musk has already planted a chip in the monkey's brain. The monkey is thinking banana, the screen draws a banana. I don't know, the client might think, oh, this is what I want the building, and it's done, we don't know. So that's how it's advancing right now.
So it's giving us a lot of opportunities to explore new ideas and
yeah, it's new frontiers. We
options.
See, even when people say AI is limitless, it's still prompt engineering, which is limited. But the thought is not limited. So, there are a lot of times when we give some prompts to AI and the kind of results we get, some things which we were not even able to, come up with initially. So that's a good thing that's happening.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I feel technology and architecture, when we say tech texture, is like a blend of art and methodology, which we call, when you design any space. So technology can be a kind of framework or a blueprint for any design. It can act as a base if used in a right manner, if been, with the inputs as we are all talking about in the right manner. So, yeah.
So you see technology as an enabler.
Yes.
Lovely, lovely answer.
For me, I think technology, tech-texture for that matter, is both methodology as well as mindset. I think it forms like a layer between what we do and what we're able to create, deliver, and how we're able to experience spaces. So I think it would be, of course, at the end of the day, everything can become a marketing buzzword, be it, tech-texture or architecture or even metaverse for that matter. But I think we're moving from, an era where we're all talking about AI, we're all talking about creating like prompt engineering and creating these images. But I think that's going to very quickly shift into a mode of spatial computation where you'll be able to immerse yourself virtually into the building that you're going to create. So I think it unlocks a lot of opportunities, and it's only upwards from here.
Lovely, lovely.
Yeah, go next. Yeah, to me, tech-texture seems like a marketing buzzword, right? Though I'm from sales and I should not be saying
I'm
this,
happy to get
right?
honest, candid answer.
But I think it's a buzzword, but it's a good to have buzzword because buzzwords is what create that hook in the mind, right? If I would have described the entire process to you, right? Use of technology at the concept stage and evaluate your design, do the energy analysis, everything, okay? This will remain as an idea, but you won't be able to convey the same emotion to someone else. And that's why buzzwords are important. To that extent, I think it's a marketing jargon, but an important one. A few years ago, there was BIM, right? And in India, many people still fear BIM, okay? Especially architects, because it's not helping them kind of demonstrate their initial concept designs in real sense, like BIM, right? Which clients are expecting. Okay, give me BIM at the concept stage, but it's difficult. Yet that's probably because the tools that you're using are not allowing you to do that. Okay, so if you have associated BIM with something that is negative, which is not helping you, okay, you will need a new word. Okay, and that is also because now with AI tools, those allow you to kind of visualize your designs even at the concept stage, even at the ideation stage.
Yes.
Okay, be it at the energy analysis or performance level, or the material choices that you make. Okay, this is possible with just a few prompts. Okay, instead of you asking your drafting and modeling team to visualize that for you, you can do it yourself, right? And that's why it's important for you to be kind of forthcoming of this new shift that is happening. Okay, if you want to call it AI-driven. Again, there is a lot of negative connotation. A lot of people now said that AI is coming, but it's not replacing humans because it won't have emotions. Okay, you would be surprised. Okay, what the engineers took up for themselves, right? People earlier said that AI won't be able to create poetry. Okay, and if you went to the Dubai Expo in 2020, okay, the UK Pavilion actually gave a few words for people to choose, and it created poetry. Okay. So something which was very creative was solved in 2020. Now we are at a stage where we're seeing emotions can't be felt by machines. Okay, soon it will demonstrate that even emotions can be conveyed through technology.
I agree to you. And even I feel the same that like we are using technology definitely. The technology is helping in to the extent wherein if I talk about the old era, where we are drafting everything by our hand, and then after if we are drafting through AutoCAD. So that is basically a change in helping us, like technology is helping us. But now I would say artist mind cannot be replaced with AI. An artist can think, but AI cannot think to that level. So definitely the technology requires more on like upgradation that will evolve in later future. But right now, for me, we are using like 50% of the technology as a marketing tool, and 50% it is like we are utilizing, is what I feel.
No, lovely. Thank you so much for those brilliant answers. In fact, Amit, uh, creativity is something which AI is targeting. I mean, Chat GPT, the way it came. Initially, we thought that it would only be doing, mundane activities, but the first thing it targeted was copywriters. Right. So what we think of as creative writers, that's the first target it did, and I think I don't know the future. So here we are. I'm just curious to know how has this technology affected the way you work? Do you have any real life experiences where you thought that okay, this is what I'm thinking, and then you used technology and you completely changed your mind, and what emerged was a completely out of a box kind of a solution. So I'm really curious to know your experiences on that.
So I have a real life situation. This is something last week happened. So and I don't want to name the client, but we had a client who asked us to give reference images, which is very common in architecture practice. You just go to any stock photos you get. But he was like, no, it should exactly match the concept what you have done. So we were like, okay, we're going to give you renders. It's like, no, I want reference images. And then he gave like 4 or 5 different styles, oh, I want something that is more like a Spanish themed or the Scottish themed and all. And honestly, at midnight, it was ChatGPT that came to the help. And we delivered it. So that's where, you really save time, and you sort of, so you have a vision in your mind. See, what has happened is back in the day, technology was something that was, an architect had his idea, but he had to put that idea on a piece of paper, and then those tools were meant to sort of draft and take it forward. Now with AI or ChatGPT coming in, it has started way back from your idea stage only. So when we did those prompt engineering and we fed it our basic stuff of this is like how we have the plans and this is what it, and then, you can, and the results are endless. Like he was asking for 10 options, I could give him like 100 options in a night.
Yeah, actually.
So that really helped us.
So for me, I would say a little different from the point. We were doing a school, and since the plot was very tight and we had to fit in everything inside, so we thought about creating something as a center of attraction or the heart of the school. So we came up with the idea of making the main staircase as a space wherein children can spill out. It's kind of a place where you can have chit chat, sit down, and kind of a space. But the client was not able to understand the idea on the drawing path, and eventually you use 3Ds, you use SketchUps and these technologies, which is very common these days, to come up with ideas, again, as what you were mentioning about creating options. That's the idea which you get at the last minute when you have been asked to present some couple of or multiple of options. Then AI is our way to go sometimes, yeah.
I think last minute is something which is associated with us, right? हमको client 1 साल दे, 30 दिन दे, 2 दिन दे, हम लोग करते हैं आधे last 12 बजे ही करते हैं हम.
No, that habit starts from school days.
So that's an architect nature.
Yeah.
But I would also add here a very interesting, a project which I was doing, wherein we were designing a banquet hall, and we came up with the idea of using parametrics and stuff. So obviously everything on paper or on drawing is not possible at that point of time. Wherein you use technology, you use Rhino or those kind of softwares to create your ideas, your theme, and that is where we kind of came up with the idea. We replaced the chandelier from the banquet with the parametric ceiling in a way which we actually generated on the software, and we eventually constructed on paper, converting the thing to the paper and then eventually to the reality. And it came out really nice. So that kind of sometimes, gives you an idea to come up with something which is out of the box, which you were asking.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you for sharing this.
I think for us, we consider ourselves a technology studio. So to answer this question about how technology would influence design, for us, I think happens almost every day for everything we do. It is inherent to our practice. For example, when we're working with our clients, it is a very personal experience, but we create highly immersive, very detailed 3D digital twins that way they can walk through, change materials in real time, change furniture, so on and so forth, depending on the kind of project it is. So I think with each iteration that we make, with each tweak, each change of parameters or materials or whatever it is that's contributing to the overall space, I think we're able to make an effective change that all the stakeholders are privy to. So I think it influences design changes, but not only influences design changes, but also sort of allows every single stakeholder to feel like they've contributed to the process and also come to terms with it, which then reduces the number of options you have to make. So I think the approach itself has been very technology driven.
Lovely Kush. I mean, great initiative.
Thank you.
So I would say I want to highlight 3 points here. So one, which is like happened last month with a client who is traveling from Singapore, and he wants, like 2 days prior, he informed us that he's coming, and he want to see, as like mentioned, he want to see everything after 2 days. And it is about a lakh square feet project, wherein I have to give multiple options for the layouts, 3D designs and everything. Like he want to see even material palette. I want to finalize, I will not come back. So that's what his mindset. And that's how technology gives us a chance to give them everything in such a shorter span of time, wherein we have given almost 6 options of layout. And I would say the entire lakh square feet, entire 3D and walkthrough, which is like we are using VR technology, where the client is able to understand where, like in earlier era, we have to explain much about the design, what we are thinking about, and like detailed discussion is happening, but here less of explanation is required. We have whatever we are giving through VR, they are able to understand. And as you rightly mentioned, the same time we have managed to give them the option that whether this color is okay, this material is okay, or we can change it. So that kind of changes, which is like life changes, will give a client a different experience, I would say out of box experience. So that's how technology is helping.
It's a more immersive kind of experience which you can give to the client.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't have a first case example because I'm not a creator. I'm the one who is making technology to allow you those last minute changes or design options. Okay.
So actually the next question is specifically for you. So if you want to take this one.
Yeah. So this is very interesting. So technology, because it allows you to run simulations, energy analysis of any things that you can think that can go wrong. Okay. There's this huge, the tallest resort coming up in Las Vegas. Okay. Like a 750-foot one tower connected to the 500-foot tower with a jet ski or a skiing slide. Okay, so imagine like a Nike swoosh sign. Okay, just flip it the other way. You're coming from the taller end to the lower end. Okay, now because this was going to be a concave surface with a mirrored glass, okay, this might have created problems for the airplanes in the air. Okay, you might have heard about the walkie-talkie example from London, right? The building, because of its concave shape, it attracted or kind of concentrated the sunlight onto the pedestrians and dashboards of cars, where a Jaguar dashboard just melted. Okay, so to avoid these cases, it was again because Las Vegas Strip is pretty close to the airport. Even the airport authority needs to give an approval for these things. And with this design, they figured that, knowing that something like that happened in London, the sunlight reflection could be a problem for the airplanes, right? So what are the options, right? Change the material. Okay, Las Vegas is not something where people would want change of material unless it's as flashy as the original design. Okay, so what they did was very interesting. They made the entire swoosh sign or that huge ramp into a giant screen. Okay, so now airplanes will be greeted by not just the sphere, which you might have already seen, like the 300-foot tall eyeball in Las Vegas, but a giant screen also welcoming them. And that is a brand placement exercise. Okay, so change of materiality, and what happens is also because of these change of material and the entire concept of having the swoosh go from like a glass mirrored glass glazing to something where water won't be going as fast as they had originally planned. Right? These simulations were also possible using technology. Okay, and that's what helped them get the city approval.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Nice to hear about this example, so lovely. My next question is, what is the one tech feature which clients initially complained about, but today can't live without?
I thought clients complained about everything. So, I mean, I don't know, how do you want us to point one single thing?
No, I'm asking from a perspective that some tech feature, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think one anecdote was most recently we were working with this client where, we were like, you have to do this kind of lighting automation for their home interior. And we were like, you must do this. We had like a sync for the circadian rhythm and everything. And they were like, no, maybe we'll just try it for the living room. And they were like, why can't we just use a switch, like put the lights on and off like everyone does. We were like, I mean, why don't you just move on and, see what happens?
See what happens, yeah.
So we did that, and little did we assumed they want it for every room now. So that's, I think, one, recent use case where I saw that actually play out exactly how you said. Yeah.
I would say here it's, if you ask me, it's more to do with BIM. It's a subject which, you will get mixed answers, but not only clients, I think architects will also agree to it.
Shoaib would definitely agree.
So I feel the problem is not with BIM, the problem is the kind of working pattern which we are following here. Especially when it comes to BIM, you need everyone to be on the same platform, from client to consultants. And that's the best way if you want to actually utilize the max of the software. Which in India here we are facing a lot of struggle to find trained people to use it in every aspect when it comes to architects or to MEP or RCC. So that collaboration becomes a chaos. Yes, at the start of the project, client is very much excited about having, doing the project in BIM and everything will be documented. So much can be done at the start, but then eventually over the time when you start working on it, at a phase they come like, okay, you forget about it, you give it to me in AutoCAD because I want to start my site. So that's kind of experience which I would say.
I'm sure Shoaib has a comeback for that.
Oh, not a comeback, this is very true. Okay. Incidentally, we were responsible to propagate BIM, okay, but we failed, or the technology providers which were kind of giving you BIM failed because their tech were meant originally for engineers. Okay, engineers love tinkering with tools and love going into menus and getting into the depth of it. Okay, architects are not like that. Architects would want to kind of demonstrate or show their creative process on paper first, and then move it to tech only when they feel they're ready. Right? At the concept stage, you don't have the third dimension ready, right? But your current tools force you to think in the third dimension, right? And you have to make a choice whether you start the project in 2D and remain in 2D or in 3D and remain in 3D. Okay, remaining in 3D, then your client gets impatient because he's not getting the points, right? So yeah, and that is exactly what our technology or Nemetschek has solved, because ArchiCAD and Vectorworks were made by architects. Right? Vectorworks was the first software which converted pencil to CAD, okay, in 1988. ArchiCAD was again in collaboration between Graphisoft and Steve Jobs' Apple. Okay? They made ArchiCAD to be able to do 2D and 3D both. Okay? Start in 2D, and when you are ready, just define those lines as walls. Okay, whatever types of walls, it gives you the freedom. It does not force you to choose which family of walls or doors or windows. Okay, I think the technology that you're using for your BIM is the problem if you are failing at BIM. Okay, but that said, there's no option or there's no way out of going away from BIM or use of better technology if you are to make a mark at the global scale. Because think of any big architect. They are very tech savvy. Frank Gehry, the most creative person, okay, developed a technology of his own, Gehry Technologies, right? And that's why Zahadi, again, very celebrated. But her practice uses all sorts of tech that is there in the world.
Correct. So that's what I'm saying.
We
Yeah.
are working with these minds to be able to perfect our technology well.
Yeah. So it's like, as I'm saying, the approach to use the software in a right way here is a big challenge when it comes to practicing here. You see the same software getting utilized there in a very different way, and it gives a smoother working for them. So
I
that's
think the core problem with BIM though is that it's not a ground level software.
Correct.
Like in India, unfortunately, right? Like your contractors and labor are not skilled.
Yeah, it's like
It
partially
depends.
we are using it, and then, you know, it's a mix, as I'm saying.
But for us designers, I mean, to his point, I think it does help. Like ArchiCAD, at
Yeah,
least
it
in
does.
my academic career, was
Yeah.
you know so much better than Revit.
So that's true.
Lovely, lovely. Amit, your work blends classic interior craft with cutting-edge execution. What's been the toughest challenge in bringing these traditional design sensibilities into a tech-driven workflow?
I just want to highlight the timelines. So the main challenge here, because we are designing, we are thinking a lot, we are building a very nice, fancy designs, whether it is classical or whatever theme we are developing. But here, right now, the era where we are going, earlier we used to do a project in 6 months or a year. Now that is converted into like 90 days.
Yeah.
Now we are calculating on days.
Correct.
So that is one of the major challenge wherein we are building a design, but technology is not there to that extent while we talk about the execution. So we cannot we cannot convert that design into execution in like friction of time. So that technology, I would say, it's there, but it is not completely there. So that's how timelines are the main challenge.
Main
what
challenge,
we see.
no?
Yeah.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you. Amit, I really loved your Jaffrey house. I was seeing the
Yeah,
video and
thank
I
you.
really loved it. It was really nice to see the way you've combined tech precision and got human-centric initiatives into the home. In fact, I heard Mr. Jaffrey saying that now with the new house, your entire family sits together on the dining table and they've given up, watching television while they're eating. So that's a great achievement.
Yeah.
My question to you is, how do you prevent technology from overpowering the emotional essence of design?
I think it comes down to the process itself. It's the beginning, the approach begins, it's a human-centric approach. You have a client at the other end, you have a bunch of other stakeholders. It's a very personal experience. I don't think, that's an intangible which I don't think any piece of technology can erase. So I think by maintaining the essence of, what the client wants, what you want to be able to put together for the client, that emotional connect can't be replaced. And I think that's how each project can remain true to itself, right? So I think that's one way it helps at least.
So I think understanding these emotional connects, understanding what really works, is something thankfully AI is still not replacing.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
One thing is I don't think AI will ever give you taste.
Yeah, absolutely,
So,
absolutely. Satish, how can technology accelerate? He mentioned about time. How do you think technology can accelerate the path from concept to a certified green building? I mean, without really compromising on what we want to do as a design intent.
So let's take a step backward. When we say a green building, and I think there was a discussion happening about it in the earlier panels. When you talk about certification, it's very process-driven. So back in the day, let's say what we used to do earlier is we would design a building and then probably take that model in Ecotech or something, simulate it. There is a lot of trial and errors done. And then so by the time you are sure your building will work as per the parameters which are mandated by those certification authorities, there is a lot of time that has gone through it. Now what we are doing is, say for example, there's this particular project we are doing in Pune, and it's an adaptive reuse. Basically, we are converting like a large automobile factory, abandoned factory, into an office building. And so we do have sustainable guys on the board with the design team. But what really helps is sustainability has its own tools which are very specific to the kind of framework they want to create. And we are using those results as early as into the concept designs. So the outcome product, and in all the terms, in terms of the aesthetics, in terms of the functionality, in terms of the code facilities, in terms of the the sustainability guidelines. So it's like all put together in one big model, and right from day one it has been done. So that actually shortens your design time, and you don't have to really complete modeling of a building, take it in a separate software where you analyze it in terms of sustainability, then again come back. And then this tool, when the integration happens, also, it's more like, and it's something like what we call an IDP process, integrated development. You bring in the materiality aspect, you bring the cost aspects. So a lot of ground for something that would have taken about, I would say, maybe a year, maybe 2 years, just to ensure that all the simulations ran through and whatever you have designed gives you that green rating, is being reduced to less than 6 months now. So that is a good example of integrating all different technologies together.
No, lovely. Thank you for shedding light on this, Satish. On the same topic, Nandita, I was really fascinated by your Vocard office project in Dubai.
Thank you.
So in a city which is known for its tall skyscrapers, you've constructed something which is a landscraper.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious to know, how did you move it towards a more sustainable design while ensuring that it is also emotionally resonant?
So yeah, thank you very much for the same. The thing is, as you said, for example, the Vocard office also, when we designed over there, in a place like Dubai, with the climate which is very different from what we have here, we tried to create space which is not only good for people to, it has a collaboration of a space which is good for planet and for people. So we try to create a connect between the environment along with the functionality. And that's what we did when we designed the office. And any of our designs, when we work around, obviously every project is a site-centric, but technology has its limitation, as we were all talking, of what you feed in, what you put in information, that also derives the route which you take. So it's kind of a collaboration when it comes to technology and sustainability. But it is very important to see the mix of the two is going right. And the similar philosophy we followed when we designed the spaces.
Lovely.
Yeah, thank you.
How do you see the future of this confluence, technology and architecture? Shoaib, what do you think is the future? Where are we moving towards?
I think it's more of, so the future is dictated by the current stage, right? The current problems are one, the tech stack that you guys are using, most of them are using, are not talking to each other, right? You mentioned SketchUp. SketchUp does not talk well with Revit, okay? That's a problem, okay? So interoperability will be a big thing, okay? Everybody has said that AI will also become part and parcel of what you do, okay? And it's already been there, being launched by all of Nemetschek products, like our AI assistant, okay? That AI assistant is just, you can call it as your sounding board. You think of an idea, okay, whether to use a certain material, and want to ask it what's its carbon rating would be, okay, or what would be the impact on cost if we switch this design to a certain something else. Okay, so of course, the creative part remains with you, the architect. Okay, you have to give it the options, but to evaluate those options on cost performance, on energy performance, on maybe it's carbon footprint data and to give those reports out to your clients for ultimate approvals is what will be enabled by technology very well. Okay. And we are excited to bring these tech trends, what currently seems like future, but yeah, to us, we are enabling architects with brains like yours to help these models or AI models, train them better and speak to them as an assistant architect. Okay, like as CEOs and principals of your firms, I'm sure that you would have assistants, right? You have them because you would want to focus on what's your core, the creative thinking, speaking to clients, and while everything, the calendarization, the meeting setup, everything is taken care of, right? The admin is taken care of. So let AI or AI assistant do the admin work for you while you focus on the creative part.
Lovely,
That's
lovely.
nice.
Yeah. Anybody else want to take
I would 100% agree. I mean, I think interoperability is going to be a huge, huge component, especially for spatial computing. And I think that's going to, I mean, the lines of an architect or for who an architect is are going to get blurred very quickly. I think you'll be able to immerse yourself, be it client, architect, contractor, whoever you are as a stakeholder, within the experience of design and development, and sort of let AI just be a layer. Like today, AI is everything. I don't think that's going to persist. I agree, it's just going to be a layer that we sort of experience within spatial computing.
Lovely, lovely. Anybody else wants to take that?
See, I think we're still in early stages. You know, there's way too many tools right now in the market. But then, I'm just sure probably you're a better person to. There's a lot of pricing monopoly on the tools. There are interface issues, like there is not many operability, and I don't know. Maybe you guys don't.
I don't represent that firm.
Okay.
I represent the exact opposite of that firm.
Okay. So we're talking about global level. We're talking about two firms.
We are 100% open BIM. All our tools talk with every other tool out there.
Okay. No, but then still there are way too many tools. Well, it's like having a universal charger for everything. So that would really allow us
we
to...
actually have a tool called Vectorworks, okay, and it's great for interior design. So you can do your sketching, right? If you decide to do your sketching on Apple iPad using the pencil, okay, you can move that same sketch directly into Vectorworks, start drafting it from there, make it a model when you have the third dimension ready, run energy analysis, run the rendering, okay, collaborate with your clients, give them walkthroughs of VR experience, all in the same software. So there are softwares.
Lovely. We are still struggling to integrate Microsoft Word and Excel.
Yeah, your team might be actually using Google Docs, right? Because they love the fact that everyone is on the same page. So think of OpenBIM like Google Docs. Okay, everybody gets to collaborate, and everybody remains on the same page, quite literally.
Lovely, lovely. Let's quickly jump into the rapid fire.
Sure.
Some light moments here. Yeah.
Sure.
So we spoke about softwares. What's a bigger headache, a software update or contractor delays?
Contractor delays.
I found software
Yeah,
updates.
even I found software update.
Same software update.
Oh.
We will solve it.
One design tool, I think we were almost there. One design tool which you wish existed but doesn't yet.
I don't think there is one.
No?
Yeah. No, I think
Something that can buy us time. Something that can buy us time for those presentations.
Something which can stop the clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you run faster, okay, fast enough, then
Agree.
time stops for your client, right?
But fast enough is subjective again. The client is also going to run fast enough.
So what's faster, sketching an idea by hand or using the software?
Sketch.
I think
Idea by
sketching.
hand, I guess.
Hand,
Yeah.
any day.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah,
Intuition or chat GPT?
But then the next question, okay, idea by hand, and if the client suggests changes, again you would want to do it by hand.
No, but that was not part of the question.
Changes is where software comes
So
in.
I was going to come to that point when the previous question you was asking. I was like, if a software can calculate the number of hours we put in the rework, I would like to go for it.
Yes. And charge the client accordingly, right?
Yes.
In the rework.
True.
Hourly basis.
Hourly basis.
Yeah.
So what do you all normally use if you have to, take a decision? It's your intuition or ChatGPT?
Intuition.
Yeah, it's normally
Intuition.
Yeah,
I would
Yeah.
say.
100%.
Honest, guys.
Yeah, honestly.
Oh, lovely, lovely.
And intuition is a great thing to have, okay? But intuition comes with experience, okay? Your juniors won't have as good an intuition as you guys, okay? But if you want to democratize that intuition or pass on your industry knowledge to your team, okay, then adopting technology and giving them the tools that they need to have or think as intuitively as you is important.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
I'll add, what ChatGPT helped is it probably gave a rational narrative, like a verbiage to justify your intuition. So that has happened with the help of ChatGPT. But any day, it sort of backs your intuition and helps you to justify it.
I think the certification is what?
Validation.
Yeah, validation.
No, guys, thank you so much. It was such a brilliant discussion. I think so much to learn and so many new things we could explore together. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for all the lovely answers that you've given me. Over to you.
Thank you for the
so
questions.
much.
And sir, thank you so much for that wonderful moderation. Since we are all talking about expressing gratitude, give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for this very, very incredible session. I'll request all of you to please kindly wait on stage. And in the meantime, I'll request Mr. Jaideep R. Gandhi, founder, Another Idea, to please kindly join me on stage to give away the token of appreciation. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. Honor and pleasure to have you. Can we please have the token of appreciation that sir can give away?